Hey, what's happening? This is another episode of Quick and Dirty Marketing Tips. My name is Zach Greenfield, and today we're going to talk about website photography and where to start. So stick with us, and I give you my thoughts on that from the front lines. All right, so today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my thoughts on photography. Now, people, we go round and round on this like a big one because here's the short answer if you don't want to watch the rest of this video. The short answer is if you have, a budget for, say, your website or a marketing campaign and so forth, the photography is actually probably, in my mind, more important than, say, website design and structure and things like that. And here's why. People are drawn to images. If you have a product, this is especially true. You really need to have great photography that shows, the whole thing. Like here's this, cell phone case. Like, we really need to show it, exactly what it looks like, how thin and the little kickstandy finger ring thing on the back and how that, you really got to show it out. And if you can't do that, then the whole thing is kind of a bust. So if, like in that example, for a product example, if you're going to spend all this money on this website and everything, you're like, we need a website, we need this website. And that's the kick, that's the knee-jerk reaction everybody has. I got to get this website out. But then what happens on our side, as we do a lot of website work here. We make sites all the time in the design department, and we would start out and we kind of rough everything out, and we've got this site that's sort of like 80% ready, and you say, okay, what kind of images you got? And then clients like the little this emoji. It's like, what? We don't have any pictures. Well then, okay, where are we going now? So then the whole project actually kind of just stops until some pictures can be done. So you don't want to get into that position. So the first thing to figure out is the images for your business. So if you're a service provider, you may, like a dentist or something, you have a picture of the front of the office, the staff, the front desk where people come to, they're going to come in, the first experience sort of picture, maybe a little picture of the lobby if that's nice, and then picture of the dentist, with all the dental stuff, kind of acting all dental-like, and those types of things. And then if you have like a staff, in your office, and like say if you're a loan company, your professional headshots and all that stuff, that's really important because people want to see the business that they're interacting with and the people that they're interacting with. That old saying, that people do business with people, really is true. And you need to put your frontline staff that's going to deal with the customers, your salespeople, your service providers, your project managers, those people, they need to be shown as who they are, on a page, a little bio and stuff like that, and kind of get a feel for that. And then if you have a product business, then you need to explain it, show it, have great pictures and things like that. I can't stress how important that is. So start there as a conversation, and then the website will actually can fill around those images once you start telling that story visually. The great example of that, like just to go back to the dentist, is if you're a new dental patient, what's it like going to the office? Do you park right out front? Do you go to the front desk? You're going to see this person and that person. You can show all that stuff on your website, and people that are looking at you are going to say, oh, okay, this is something I'm comfortable with. This is like a nice place. Everything looks clean. Everybody looks very professional, right? So you're just telling a whole story there just through maybe 3 or 4 pictures, but they can't be 3 or 4 crap pictures. So there are some cases when you can get away with things on a cell phone, and in general, like for permanent stuff on a website, I think you gotta, my recommendation to all my clients is step it up, get a photographer. There's a lot of, here's my suggestion too. There's a lot of great photography students that would love something for their resume or just to even get out and do anything for a couple $100. And they're still going to give you great pictures, right? Because today, film's not a cost. So they can take 100. You only need 4. You can get a photography student in there and say, hey, can you fire off like, a couple $100 pictures of this place? Let's see if we can get a few that are good. And then, later on, when you might need a recommendation, I'll be happy to be that person for you, and go ahead and put this job on your list of things and add some of these images or reference our work on your website, right? So you can work a deal. It's not about a money thing, and that's the other thing again, is that there's always a way around the money obstacle with creating content. You don't need to spend a fortune to get great pictures, but it is important to have a good camera, so if you don't own one, it may be worthwhile for your business to invest in one. And if not, then it's definitely worthwhile to reach out to friends and family, or some local student, or a local photographer that's, does it as like kind of a side gig or whatever. But figure that part out before you start jumping ahead into website and all these other things, because you'll get down that road and you'll just be traveling back to get the pictures to fill in the blanks on that site, because a website with no pictures pretty much sucks. Can we all agree on that? And then a website without video, that's another discussion, but you really don't want to go there either. Like, you want to have that mixed media on your site for engagement and to inform your buyer about what you got and why it's so great. So go out and take those pictures. If you like this video, if it inspired you at all to get your acting gear, go ahead and like it. If you know somebody that needs it, share it to them, and subscribe to the channel. Of course, we'll be back for more. Thanks for watching.